If you are joining me for the first time, please remember to click subscription button and hit that notification bell to be the first person to receive the video that will be produced by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media.
Countrymen and women, it's been long since I went live. It's been long since we interacted. My name's Hon Matomola Likwanya. I'm the Lusaka District Information and Publicity Secretary for the United Party for National Development. Yeah, for those of you that have been following my politics, you are very much aware that a few weeks ago, a few days ago, I was incarcerated. I stayed in detention for 23 days. 23 solid days. And the reason why I was incarcerated is because on the 17th of March, what happened was that our friends were attacked in Mrs. compound, and I went there to cover that event. But in the turn of events, what happened was that I was arrested for merely shooting a video where we were showing how our friends were attacked, and they charged us for proposing violence, something that we did not do. So I was there. The police denied me police bond. They denied me bail. I was there, and what happened was that during that time when I was in incarceration, there are a lot of things that I want to share to the nation, which happened in the background that that the nation would love to know, especially my colleagues from within the party and from others, other parts of the world. It's very much important. Now, I want to know if you are following me, whatever you are following me, and I want also to get a feedback whether the volume is okay. Okay. Someone is saying I'm a little bit low. Okay, so I will increase the volume. Yeah, but if you're able to get me clearly, just give me a feedback so that we know if we are able to move in that direction. Someone is saying adjust the volume. Are you able to get me loud and clear so that just give me a thumbs up or a feedback so that we are able to move in the same direction. If you are able to get me loud and clear, just give me a feedback so that we do not take much time. Volumes, people are saying volume. Yeah, let me try to see if I can adjust some. Okay, getting very low. I'm getting the sound, but it is very low. Okay, so what we do is this. Are you able to get me now? Okay. Okay. So if you're able to get me, yes, let me move quickly to what I want to submit. To start with, I want to say that the time that I was in detention, people approached me to join them, and they offered me money. They said, if we are going to release you, if you want us to release you, what you need to do is to accept our offer. We give you money, we give you a better job, we give you a Land Cruiser, you defect from the party where you are, you join us. They further went on to say that they would adopt me on their party ticket. They took me from cells at midnight we went somewhere to a place which I did not know, because the Land Cruiser that I was taken, the Land Cruiser that they used was moving so fast, so I could not know exactly where we were. But we went some undisclosed location where they said, if you only accept to be, to our terms, then we are going to release you. We are going to give you the money that we are going to give you a Land Cruiser. We are going to give you an adoption in our age. So I wanted to respond, but I said no, let me think about it, until I stood my ground. And they said, since you have refused to accept our offers, you are going to rot in there. Thank God your support. Thank God your continued demand for my release helped me until I was released after 23 days. Zambian people, I want to update you that we are up against an oppressive regime that is very much desperate to buy anybody at any price and to win this year's election at any cost. My stance and my spirit is still ready. My support for UPND, my support for President Davi-tech-media, my support for the party has never changed. It shall never change. I shall never be bought. I, from today henceforth, want to announce to the people that offered me the said amounts of money, the vehicles, a decent job, and an adoption certificate. Today, I want to announce to you, okay, that I still remain a strong member of the United Party for National Development in my capacity as the District Information and Publicity Secretary. And I want to tell you that I shall remain loyal to the party that I belong to. I want also to take this opportunity to dispel rumors that I have joined the Patriotic Front. It is not true. I still remain a loyal member of the United Party for National Development. Even when I was not picked in the primary stages in Nkoroma Ward, where I wanted to aspire as a councillor, I want to respect the decision of the party. I want to respect the decision of the party. I want to respect it because the party knows. And the process of adoption is not yet over, as the matter is going further to the Central Committee, to the province, and so forth and so on. I further want to urge my fellow youths that this battle that we have is a very strong battle. We must be resolute. We must be very, very firm. Our support must be with President Davi-tech-media. And I want to tell you, the Zambian people, that my loyalty and my support is still with UPND, is still with President Davi-tech-media, because I believe in his ideologies and the ideologies of the party. I know a lot of PF people and cadres are very much disappointed with this move, but I want to tell you that I have chosen to stand with the Zambian people. I have chosen to side with the Zambian people because this country has suffered. We need urgent change, and this change can only happen through the leadership of President Davi-tech-media. The money that I was being offered and the vehicle and the decent job that I was being offered will not take the Zambian people anywhere. I have chosen to see beyond the gifts, the offers that I was offered. I have chosen to side with the Zambian people. I have chosen to move with the Zambian people because this is a revolution that must not be stopped. For my colleagues and friends who have joined the Patriotic Front because of being offered vehicles, because of being offered jobs, because of being offered money, I feel for you. Because you have betrayed the cause of the Zambian people, you have betrayed the agenda of liberating this country. Some will choose to argue with me, and others will choose to debate with me on this matter. But I want to tell you that more than ever before, we need change. And this change can only happen if people refuse to be bought. They choose to stand in the right party. They choose to stand with the Zambian people. These people know that they have lost elections. I'm not frustrated because I was left in the primary stages. I have got a huge role to play in the party. And this time around, my role as the United Party for National Development Information and Publicity Secretary for Lusaka District is much more needed to give information and to speak, providing checks and balances, okay, for the people of Zambia against the Patriotic Front. For those of you that do not know me, I am one of the youngest politicians in Zambia who has been arrested many times. When I was at school in 2015, I was arrested by this same Patriotic Front government. They charged us with inciting violence, and by then our lawyer was Tutu Nguruwe. The state entered Nole. We won that case. In 2016, I was again arrested by this same government. They charged us with unlawful assembly. We were removed and acquitted from the same case. In 2017, I was learning in school. The PF government, they came and fought my school until the school was closed. Accused me of all manner of cases, took me to court, fought me politically, and they made sure that the school was closed. And this is what landed me in prison in 2018. They wanted to silence me politically. 2019, I was again arrested. We were one of the few youths that stood up against government's decision to give the license, the gold mine license to Sudanese. We went to deliver a petition demanding answers and to tell the Zambia police that we were going to protest. We went to deliver a protest letter at Central Police. I was one of those 3 youths that were arrested. We stayed there for 3 days. 2020, I was also arrested. I was one of the few youths. When we saw the injustice that Electoral Commission of Zambia was practicing by delaying to register voters, manipulating the voters register, I stood up and I was one of the young people that stood to protest. I conducted a lone protest, half naked, and I was arrested. I went at the Charleston police. They denied me police bond. I stayed there for 12 days until I went to court and we won the matter. I came out of that case. 2021, I still stand strong even after 7 years, 7 good years of speaking for the voiceless, 7 good years of being arrested. Each year that comes from 2015 to 2021, I must be in police custody. I have stood my ground. I have stood my ground for 7 years. 7 good years I have been in police custody. Each year that comes from 2015 to 2021 must find me in police custody for speaking for the rights, the liberty of the people, for the country that I love so much. This year I was arrested. I stayed for 23 days for the crime that I did not do. I was denied police bond. We were tortured at Kabata police. When I was at Kabata police, we were tortured. My lawyers were denied to see me. My family members and my friends were denied access to see me. We were not given enough chance to speak to our family members. When I was at Kawata police, they even denied us to write letters. I had to use the initiative to use journalists to expose the injustice that we were exposed to. My health was failing me. some of the foods that some people were bringing us, we suspected it to have poison because they could bring cases of mineral waters that were already opened. They could bring us drinks that were already opened. We suspected food poison. Our health was failing us together with other people that were there. But I decided to stand firm, solid for the party. And even now, I still want to assure you that even when they demanded my presence in the other camp, I stood firm. Even when they offered money, vehicles, even when they offered a decent job, I decided to stand firm. For your own information, I want to tell you that I do not have a decent job. But I have decided to see beyond the offers that I'm being given. I've decided to side with the Zambian people. My support is with President Hakainde Hichilema because I believe in his leadership. Mr. President, wherever you are watching me from, I want to assure you that victory is certain. Your humble servant is still strong. There are a lot of people that came out and said that the 23 days that Matomola has been in prison, he has been compromised and he has been bought. I want to assure you, I'm still that person that Zambian people knew. This is not the first time that I've been in police custody. I have been in police custody from 2015 to 2021. Each year that comes, I must be in police custody. So we have been at this for many years. Many of us were suspended at every non-college. I was chased from the street. I'm a teacher by profession. I've never practiced professionally in government as a teacher because we were blacklisted from getting government jobs because we belong to the opposition. Right now, wherever I go, I'm being trailed and chased by political party cadres from the PF. The businesses that we run in town are being frustrated. We cannot be given jobs. Those of people that know me from my college days, they will agree with me that even at the time that I was at Ivry known, I was one of the few young people that the government of the day was fighting. I was suspended. I was arrested many times at Ivry known college. And even now I've joined active politics. I am being fought. The laws of Zambia are very clear. You cannot detain someone for more than 48 hours. But can President Edgar Lungu, the police, and everybody, the relevant officers, tell me why I was kept for 23 days without trial, without being taken to court, without anything? I was being denied police bond. The reason why I was being victimized in that manner, it is because I decided to challenge the PF in Nkoroma, which is currently headed by the president's daughter, Tasila Lungu. Their plan was to silence me in a greater way that I should miss the adoption process. I want to assure the Zambian people that, of course, I missed the adoption process because I was released on the same day that after they selected who was going to be their candidate in the primary stages. That is when I was released. They are afraid of fielding in a candidate like me in Nkoroma. And that is the reason why they decided to block me, to keep me, to prolong my stay there so that I should miss the adoption process. The people that came to see me made it very clear. They made it very, very much categorical that if I accept their offers, I would be released. They made it very categorical that if I accepted their demand, then I would be released. Then they will field me on their party ticket. Zambian people, this is not the time for us to sell out. This is not the time for us to sell our souls to the devil. This is the time for us to stand together, to join our hearts, hands and minds together in championing the agenda of the Zambian people. Those that are defecting and joining the PF, they are dining with the devil. My conscience has decided not to join the PF because it is a band of criminals, thieves, and people who are satanic and demonic in a greater way. That they kill people, they attack people, they beat people, and what they decide to do is they use bloody money to invest in the people that are defective. Zambian people, I appeal to you. Let us stand together. I will not leave out one fact. And this fact is that even when I was at the Kabata Police, I received a lot of support from people like Pilato, Elias Musha, Lydian Mutambo, Jimmy, Richard, Gift. Mr. Morris, I salute you so much. Mr. Pumuro, my mentor, Madam Pumuro Stumbeko from the US, and a number of people spoke, my Facebook friends, Movie TV, Diamond TV, Watchdog, Causeway, and a number of people who supported me. I really thank you so much because you are the one that stood, the Human Rights Commission, the Office of the Public Protector, and a number of people. But I want to tell you one thing, that every home has got its own challenges. UPND is not immune to challenges. If we are to win elections as the United Party for National Development, then we have to change certain things that we do as a party. At this time when we have got primary elections, those that have lost elections must be encouraged. President Hakainde Hichilema, I want to tell you that it is very much important that everyone, those that have lost primary elections, let them be encouraged and be communicated to so that they do not defect. This tendency of party members, UPND party officials, bullying people online who have been left out in primary elections will not take the party anywhere. This tendency in some leaders in the party not encouraging people will not take the party anywhere. As I speak to you right now, I want to tell you that there are a lot of UPND members who are languishing in prisons. Some they are in police custody. As we speak right now, we have got 21, 22 UPND officials, party officials at Kabata Police who were picked up last week on Wednesday. We have seen a little effort that has been done by constituency officials and party officials. This, I want to assure you, that if we are going to continue like that, there will be a challenge, because we want to encourage people to support UPND. And the best way to encourage young people, it is to support them when they are in need. Mr. President Hakainde Hichilema, I want to tell you that you stood by my side at the time that I was in incarceration, but some of your people, they neglected me. From the time that I was arrested at the Kabata Police, none of my ward officials came to see me. None of my constituency officials came to see me. None of my fellow district officials came to see me. None of the provincial executives came to see me. There were only a few individuals like Mr. Morris, Mr. Pumulo, and a few party officials that came to see me. Zambian people, I want to assure you that me, I'm not an ordinary member in UPND. I'm a party official. And as a party official, when something happens to you, the first people that must come to your help are your fellow party officials. Mr. President, I don't want to hide. I want to tell you, Mr. President, that some of the people that we have in UPND have failed us. And they have made people not to have confidence in the party. We believe in the agenda of UPND. I believe in you. And my support is still with UPND. But I want to assure you, Mr. President, that there are certain seeds in UPND that must change their attitude. If someone loses elections at the primary stage, that does not warrant him to be bullied. If someone is arrested in police, he must be visited by party officials. Lonica, The gender chairperson at Kanyama, in Kanyama constituency, right now is languishing at Chimbwakaira prison. She was accused of murder, something that she did not do. The question that I have to many of you is that how many of you party officials have gone to visit her? There are party officials at Kabwata today who have been who are in custody. They have been there now for 6 days, and there are very few party officials who have gone to visit them. We have got the mayor of Mazabuka. We have got the mayor of Mazabuka, and we also have the mayor of Choma. These people have been in custody for 30 days. We have got mayors who are government officials from the UPND. These people have been in custody for 30 days. We must visit these people. We must encourage these people. We must continue to demand for their unlawful detention, Mr. President. It must not be that when we hear that the police are visiting your house, Mr. President, then we see 1,000 youths gathering at your place. And these 1,000 youths, Mr. President, when their fellow youths in custody are there, they don't go there to see them. Mr. President, you are the most important asset we have in UPND, but I want also to tell you that the life of each and every member of UPND is very important. My support is with UPND. But any home has got its own challenges. UPND has its own challenges, and the challenges that I've mentioned are very real, Mr. President. I submit to you that these are issues that must be looked at going into an election, because we must go into this election as a united force. I want to tell you that my support is still with UPND. I have not defected to PF. I have not defected to PF. I am still UPND. My support is with UPND. I have been in UPND since 2009. In 2009, when it was not fashionable to be in UPND, UPND was number 3 in the politics of this country. I was a very young person, straight from school. I accepted the offer to become the provincial vice information and publicity secretary. Brian Mizinga can bear witness with me. If I was a person who is small-hearted and faint-hearted, I've told you that I could have left UPND a long time ago. Because from 2015 to date, every year that comes, I must be in custody. This year, I've been arrested for 23 days. Last year, in 2020, I was arrested for 12 days at Charleston Police. In 2019, I was arrested for 5 days at Central Police for delivering a protest letter. In 2018, I was in prison. For 6 months, I was in prison. In 2017, Mr. President, I was arrested at Kanyama Police. They accused us of something we did not do. In 2016, Mr. President, I was arrested. In 2015, I was arrested. All these years, I've stood my ground, my support and my loyalty with a party that I so much love. I'm not just an ordinary person, but I'm a person with a profession. I'm a teacher by profession. If I wanted, I could have quitted politics. We have been blacklisted. We cannot have jobs in government. I'm not a well-to-do person. I'm an ordinary person born from a simple mother who was a peddler.
If you are joining me for the first time, please remember to click subscription button and hit that notification bell to be the first person to receive the video that will be produced by Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, updating you. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media. Davi-tech-media, subscribe to Davi-tech-media.